Hey there, friends and viewers. This is Hengest with TGen. Welcome to a Feral PvP video. Today I'm going to be running a random battleground. And I know, yeah, this game's been around 6.5 years. Who the fuck wants to see a random battleground? I'll tell you who. The dozens of people that message me on a regular basis about it. Jesus. My Facebook wall's littered with people that are saying, Hengest, why don't you make Feral PvP videos anymore, man? You were the best. Etc, etc, and private messages galore. So here you go. I just ran out of the Twin Peaks with my Turbo Time boots, got my Berserk trademark maneuver. I spot this holy paladin over here. His name's like Mega Demic. I don't even know how to pronounce that shit. And he got pounced on really quick. I used my regular Berserk combined with the Berserk buff, and you can see that is some absolutely devastating damage right there. I spot this Feral Druid. Nice Feral Charge, get my snare off, and a nice Ravage for almost 28k, followed by a Ferocious Bite. Now that's a great example of a time when you don't want to use a rip. Just go straight for that bite when you know you're dealing crazy damage. This hunter comes in with his freaking rhinoceros, and he's like, hey, look at me. I've got something. I tamed an animal out of the Lion King, and I'm just in bear form. The reason I play bear form against hunters a lot of time, look at that Scared Beast just got skull bashed, is because hunters deal around, I would say, 60% physical damage. Man, I am just plowing through these players right there. Did you see that rampage? What was that? 3 or 4 guys? That Feral Druid's just lying there on the ground stunned. He's like, I wish I could play like that. Anyways, yeah, the bear form is very potent against hunters. The reason being is hunters don't really understand how strong Stampeding Roar is. Like, holy shit. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Stampeding Roar is so strong. That Usain Bolt ability, double finishing move with the open on the Ravage and then a 5-point bite, ripping straight through his bubble there. That's an arms warrior. He's not messing around. Big ass Tauren. It's rare that you see those. Oh man. Everyone is wearing full-on gear, man. Like, I go out in front of Stormwind to duel people, and they're just like, yeah, look at me, I got 4200 resilience, full ruthless shit. I'm just like, man, what the fuck? So my Berserk is off, or is on cooldown right now. Not a good situation to be 2v1ing a couple of overgeared warriors, but one warrior I can handle. This little goblin thinks he's a major badass. He's got stacks of Lacerate on him. Getting lucky with my Mangle procs there. Excuse me. Nice bash transition in for a cat form charge to get that free Ravage. And that's how you kind of just rub it in his face. Look, you're a warrior. I'm a Feral Druid. There's nothing you can do against me. End of story, friend. Better luck next time. Anyways, guys, so I haven't really been doing WoW videos, and a lot of my original friends and viewers, oh, let's jack that kill. I think I might have got that. A lot of the original friends and viewers say, oh, Hengest, whenever you do WoW videos, which is like once in a blue moon, they're not as educational or as analytic as they used to be, and I don't like it. I wish you'd go back. So this one is going to be a full-length battleground, no highlights, and I'm just going to be analyzing it for you guys, letting you understand what's going on in my head as I'm playing this. I used to do these live, and then I decided that I couldn't really play to my maximum, going into an in-depth commentary while playing live. There's that same Feral who's undergeared, get that free shred on him, no crit. Luckily, he evaded that Ring of Frost, or it subsided right when he ran into it. He goes bear form, tries to survive. I was contemplating a bite there, but given that bear form has so much armor and Ferals deal 100% physical, it's not always the wisest choice. By the way, I have been noticing people taking my build now. Natural reaction. That 18% damage reduction in bear form is so strong. And before patch 4.2, nobody used to take it except for me. And now they're starting to. I begin to see. You'll notice there, I hit that rogue with a caster form Fairy Fire even before shifting into cat form. That's because it is so easy to vanish or go invis off of a mount if you're a rogue, and it's just, you can't really find them after they do that. Instant Cyclone on the camouflaged hunter. That's a good way to negate those fuckers when they're coming up behind you in their camo. Now here's the important part. That's a prot warrior. He's mega geared. I know for a fact that he's their flag carrier, their designated flag carrier, and this paladin is his little pocket healer bitch. So if I can control that paladin, or I mean that prot warrior, there's a good chance that their team is going to try to defend him and make sure that he gets the flag, because they are just phenomenal runners. So look at what I'm doing. I am keeping him in my zone. I know how sexy my bear form is. I know how tempting it is to attack Hengest, and I'm taking advantage of that fact right now. I am keeping their healer and their flag carrier focused on me, and just relying on the fact that they're gonna want to kill me with my bark skin and my freaking survival instincts and frenzied regen. God knows what else I've got going on there. Mark of Cenarius juice. Basically indestructible mode for, I don't know, a clean 8 seconds or so. Actually almost managing to kill that undergeared feral. Here comes that crazy ass warrior for the finish. That was about a 6 or 7 v1 right there. Now obviously I could have gotten away from that. I could have sprinted off and pulled off a shadow meld. I don't like dying, but I also don't like staying in Twin Peaks for 25 minutes. So that right there was a sacrifice that I knowingly made to make sure that my team could get more of an edge on getting the flag back to my keep. Now that's very basic psychology, very basic strategy. I mean, you guys that do rated battlegrounds and such know these things, but to the average player that just comes in here to have fun, or doesn't take the game all too seriously, they don't really factor these things into the equation. To them, it's more of just offense, defense, and killing the flag carrier. There's no foresight that goes into this sort of play. You need to be able to perceive whether or not they have some kind of a pre-made thing going on here. Designated roles like that prot warrior who can basically ice skate across the map. And I think they only have one healer. I know who it is. I know he's fairly undergeared. And I know he's not the best player, so I make a point of focusing him. Now that normally would not have been the best choice, to just go balls to the wall on that holy paladin, because god damn it, they are close to indestructible these days. Ooh, really nice fear by that warrior to keep me out of range of that flag. And that's something you have to really pay attention to, is take a look at the numbers you're dealing to certain players. You can kind of get an eyeball on their resilience level, and just kind of pay attention to their reflexes as a healer. That will determine whether or not it is a good use of your time to actually focus that healer. Most people I encounter in battlegrounds are not a good use of my time to attack if they're, a holy paladin or a resto shaman. But this guy, quite clearly, he is an easy target. Just got bit for almost 27k there. By the way, guys, check out, you guys have been recommending to me for a long time that I try out tidy plates, and I have in the past. It's the nameplate add-on. I don't like it, but I do understand why people want me to do it, because it does make for a better viewing experience. You can see the class colors from a distance, and I had to go in and customize it so that it didn't spam the shit out of my UI by having health bars for totems and allies and pets. Like, I swear to you, I went into a 2's arena. There were 2 mages in there. They both fired their lasers at the same time. They had mirror images and 2 elemental pets. That's 10 objects on the map, on your UI. 10 at one time. And so I basically said from that point on, fuck it, I'm never using these nameplates. I hate nameplates. But I can shrink these ones down and make them kind of sexy. So I am going to make the compromise and use tidy plates, just because you guys want me to. So there you go. To be 100% honest, the tidy plates are kind of growing on me. I basically have my feral rotation, or not really a rotation, because I don't believe in rotations for PvP. But basically feral mechanics, combo point generation, Tiger's Fury. I have all of that hardwired into my memory, muscle memory. I know the exact timing of it. But even so, it is cool to have combo point generation right above the target's health, which is something that this add-on does. Those little yellow dots. What? Did I just miss with a pounce? You gotta be kidding me. Anyways, this warrior here, he thinks he's real badass. I see he's left his team, he's out in the open, so I pop my berserk and try to take him down. Soon realize that absolutely none of his health is going anywhere. Well, it's going somewhere, but it's coming right back. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how ridiculous healing is in this game now. I'm pretty sure that paladin is pissing his mana, but even so, in that kind of a scenario, it is impossible to kill people. Just because of the way that healing is designed. Like, I'm not really sure when it got so bad. It might have been when 4.2 launched and they changed the crit multiplier, but there is just no excuse now. I mean, holy shit, how heals are just so overpowered. I mean, you can't say overpowered because heals are a part of the game, so that basically just means the game has changed. But heals are so much stronger than they were before, even for a feral druid. Like, look at me when I crit with a healing touch. I crit for 25k instantaneously. Like, when that happens, that's ridiculous in a regular PvP scenario. Anyways, I'm not going to ramble on about that too much, because every time I critique the game in a negative way, I get flamed for it. So, you know what? I'm really just making this video because so many people asked me for it. And, you know what? I'm not even playing competitive. I haven't played competitive for a year. I just do it for you guys to have fun and to watch, watch me play. There you go. Looks like I got unlucky there. I think I was trying to go invis, but the freaking warrior just charged me out of the blue. I may end up surviving this exchange. Look at the size of that goddamn rhino. That thing looks like a dinosaur. On that note, look at the size of the rhino, right? When he pops Bestial Wrath, he looks like a regular sized rhino. But the dinosaurs in this game, the actual Tyrannosaurus Rexes, they look like some kind of an action figure. Like, they're so undersized, it looks comical. Okay, now that that healer's down, I think he's the only healer in this battleground. I'm able to ferocious bite the shit out of that orc warrior. And I think that's my second or third flag capture. Oh, there's an elemental shaman there. I'll never get used to those guys casting lightning bolt while moving. Ooh, that is awesome. Look at that. Look at the bear running around like that. When a feral druid gets those turbo time boots in combat, he's unbeatable, because the feral's so strong at kiting, and if you can get out that quickly in bear form and land a bash like that, and man, that is some cool shit. A bear that's moving at 100% movement speed doesn't get any better than that. That shaman actually had the nerve to use his Ankh of Reincarnation right there and just get saw stripped on him. I mean, that must have been humiliating for him. This goblin is trying to settle the score. That's not going to happen. One thing I have noticed is the elemental shaman are dealing considerable damage. Like, they may have the highest damage per cast. Like, those lava bursts, well, I don't want to say that. I mean, they're basically on par with a mage now. Like, when they hard cast lava burst and then they get one instantly afterward, I mean, it's some bullshit. I've seen those guys burst for like 100k, and that's just run-of-the-mill type shit. They're getting up there, but even so, they have no defense. Like, all they have is Thundershock and heals, and that's about it. Nothing they can do to defend against like a feral druid, a rogue, a warrior. I mean, they just get fucking annihilated. So they're still completely worthless in PvP. I would compare them to like a arcane mage, where, ooh, get a bite. No bite. Take that roar. There you go. Arcane mages have no defense. Well, they do have defense, but they're worthless in a 1v1. They're worthless in arenas. Kind of similar to the way that an elemental shaman is. You can see I'm just kind of supporting my flag carrier right now. I see that the horde just captured the flag. This hunter's actually trying to kite me into his trap. Yeah, I was bored yesterday, my man. I'm taking it really easy. Basically, just picking off stragglers in the middle of the battleground. Not the most strategic thing to do by any means, but you know what? At least it helps me feel better about myself, right? I mean, even after how kind of redundant WoW is getting, it's still a great game to take out your frustration. I mean, when you get a trade blows with a warrior in recklessness and just bite him for 30k and you know he has like 4,000 resilience, that's when you know that shit is satisfying. course, the hunter had to come and try and take my glory. Now, look at this. That's a frost mage running the flag. Mages blow at flag running because they're one of the slowest classes, and they don't have utilities like ice block at their disposal when they're running the flag. I mean, you can use ice block, but it drops the flag, and a lot of mages don't run the flag often enough to realize when they do that that it basically just hands off the flag to the opponent. So if you're a mage, I do not recommend ever running the flag. Another skull bash on that scared beast there. This hunter, I remember, is a total fag. Look, he just got off that scare beast. He just spams scare beast. I actually use my trinket. If you're in that position right there where you actually have skull bash on cooldown and your hunter opponent is spamming scare beast, just simply shift out of cat or bear form. Go humanoid form and it will have no effect on you. Now, I have a problem where I try to do that and my instincts kick in because I don't use power shifting macros, and I just double tap the key and end up power shifting in and out, like back into cat form by the time his scare beast is finished casting. So he ends up getting me with it anyway. It's just like muscle memory shit that I can't help, and I'm pretty sure it happens up here. I'm pretty damn sure. Oh, that was such a bozo maneuver right there. Yeah, see, I just power shifted right there and still got hit by the scare beast because I used my skull bash to close quarters. Look, he's spamming it again. This is why I hate hunters. I use my skull bash to close quarters, and always do that against non-casters, unless it's a hunter that knows how to use scare beast. That's the only exception to the rule, and it just so happened that I got pretty damn unlucky when I used it there. And I accidentally fell off the roof. I mean, that just goes to show how much of a faggot this hunter is. Look at, just barely managed to get that skull bash on the scare beast. I hate hunters. I mean, marksman hunters are the worst because of readiness. They just use deterrence, then disengage, then readiness, then they do that shit all over again. I mean, it's so lame. But beastmasters are pretty bad too. Intimidation, I mean, it's an enabler for kiting. It's so powerful. Hunters are really strong in battlegrounds. Not so much in arenas these days. But I mean, they are the most frustrating class for me to fight. Not because I lose, because I don't. As a feral, I never lose to hunters. They're just freaking annoying. Nice timing on that skull bash. I think he tried to juke me a little bit. I pretty much aced him right there. But that paladin, as I'm sure you can tell, is quite an amateur. And that leads into the whole elitism attitude that you find these days in random battlegrounds. These people that either don't play them or they just shit talk people that do because they think they're so good at this game. And let me tell you guys, you people that are frustrated with World of Warcraft, and I know you're out there, it's the community. That's all it is. That's all I'm going to say about it too. It's gotten much worse in the past year than it ever has been. I'm not really sure why, but it is disheartening. I mean, that was a nice, fun battleground. I had a good time playing that. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.